I did not expect it to be so cold out here. Who knows what I'd do without this jacket, and who knows what I'd do without this little guy. Everyone meet Bert. Yeah, Bert's a pretty chill guy. He just sits on my shoulder and, lets me do my thing. Last episode, we added these trees that just add so much character and depth to the surrounding area. On top of that, of course, we also constructed the boat, and I just think these two builds go so well together. There's so much potential in this area, and I've been just so, eager to start filling things up. So I've already went ahead and collected most of the resources that we're gonna need for the plan that we have this episode. I totally forgot, I haven't even told you guys the plan that we have. But yeah, it's mainly a dock area with a couple houses. I've went ahead and already filled in 2 of the interiors. There is one missing though, but maybe we could fill that one up with no plan, because sometimes building with no plan is just so amazing. But yeah, here are all the resources. It's a lot. Anyways, speaking of building with no plan, I do want to touch up this area quite a lot. I posted a short of this, but I did build this little library type of thing for the villagers, just to match the vibe that they got going on, and I think it did a pretty good job at that. So I actually have no idea what exactly I'm gonna do in this area. Like I said, I have no plan, so I'm gonna just build as I go. But I think I'm just gonna start with the walls. So I'm just following the same design that I did on the other walls. I'm just also adding in some coral, because that coral just looks good, so why not? Okay, that looks pretty good. So yeah, now we're just gonna wing the rest and hope for the best. Ooh, I really like this with the thunder going on right now. It feels like I'm Batman in this cave. So I added a few extra details like the leaves, and I love the falling particles that come from it. It looks so good. Also for the ceiling over here, we have looms, and I just don't have enough string right now to fill in this entire thing, but I definitely want to do that eventually. Then here we have the wine cellar. Oh, yeah, well, I don't even know what it's called, to be honest, but here's all the barrels of, containing the wine. But yeah, we added some extra details over here, like the lantern and the painting, making this entrance to the little sugarcane farm look a lot better. So I did finish collecting resources for the main project, so we can go ahead and grab our shulker boxes and make our way over to our Alaskan area. which I desperately need a name for, so if you guys have any ideas, feel free to comment them. I am not the greatest with names, so your help would be, very much appreciated. We're gonna start from the bottom up, just focusing on the shoreline. Without further ado, let's begin. Okay, so we finished the dock, and wow, this looks really nice with the sunset right now. But one thing I just wanted to add in is that the design that I used for this was really like out of my comfort zone, In the past, I've been scared to use such bright colors and dark colors as well. But, the dark, messed up areas into the light areas that maybe, hit the sun more, or the sun hits more. Usually I just, go with just spruce and oak. Like, usually I just go with this combination. But, really using more colors, brings a lot of light and more character to the build. There's no really right way to include character into your builds, but you just know when you do. You just know. And I think we really captured that well here. But yeah, now we're gonna start on with this greenhouse. It's the first house that we're gonna build, and then after that we'll continue to the other ones. But let's just focus on one thing at a time and get this one out of the way. Wow, I just discovered this view, and this might have to be the new thumbnail shot because, wow, it looks really, really good from here. And especially once we finish the other houses, which we're all gonna get to this episode, so don't worry about that. But I want to go in here and show you guys a close-up. So this is a bar, and it's not just any bar, it's Neely's bar. And honestly, let's take this out. If you know, you know. This is the interior. Nothing too crazy. I added some like cool, kind of mystical, but like cold lantern. I just love cold colors, and I think it really contrasts like really well. Like I actually really like this lantern. And nothing too crazy in here, just a few seats and drinks and whatnot, and the little bar. Maybe we could put a villager in here, and make it feel more alive. But I really do, it feels alive in here, and I really like it. And I love this chimney design. It just, the smoke adds so much too. So yeah, I'm really happy with this house, and now we're gonna continue on to build the next ones, and I'll see you guys after. I literally could not be more happy. Wow. Let's tour this stuff. Let's tour this stuff. So of course we have Neely's bar, which we did show earlier, which I really like. And you know what, I'll tell you, it's a reference from Silent Hill 2. If you haven't, for the ones that don't know, you know, I won't leave you hanging. But yes, this is the famous jukebox from Silent Hill 2. If you haven't played Silent Hill 2, I definitely recommend playing it. It is one of my favorite games of all time. And it's one of the coolest environments too. It's very cold and you know, misty there, and I really love that place. Maybe, you know, one day we could try to capture what that has going on. That'd be pretty cool to attempt. But here of course we have the inn, which does not have an interior. Unfortunately, it's the only one that doesn't. This is future plans for a river that I'm gonna run through here. So I'm planning on making the entrance on this side of the build. And then you walk in and of course there's going to be different rooms and stuff like that. It's not the biggest interior, but it'll work. I really like this small alleyway that I made here with the chimney and the windows, and it ends here, fortunately. But yeah, and I also made the roofs kind of connect a little bit. But this is Genesis Hospital and the cute little hospital design. You know, we got the nice window design here. I love the texturing here, you know. So you come inside and you're greeted, of course, with the reception desk. I also added in the chandelier that I did in the Neely bar, because it looks so cool, and it really gives like a cold vibe, like Alaska. So you have the dried gas. I don't know, it gives, you know, hospital vibes, and everything in here honestly just, you know, gives hospital vibes. But yeah, nothing too crazy in here. Thank you for visiting Genesis Hospital. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. That is some good advice. That is some good advice. So yeah, I'm really happy with how this area came along. You know, the trees just look great towering over the builds, and the builds look great itself as well. But yeah, it also looks great from this forest area. You know, it definitely adds more character to the forest and makes it more dense as well when you're walking through here, because you can't really see the horizon line anymore. So it's, you know, it's just, oh man, it's so good. And you know, we could come around here and texture more things, add more of these rock formations. Could also add some bushes too. Since I do want this video to be a little longer than it already is, we could go ahead and do that now. I was thinking like a little bush. Maybe we could actually add one right here. Well, yeah. Thank you, B-Dubs, for this amazing bush design. Who says I can't take inspiration? So yeah, I was thinking of streaming sometime soon, so I can do things like this, you know, just touching things up and adding little details, and you know, also planning, you know, behind the scenes, how I plan my builds, how I build them in creative, of course. So let's get a good look at our entire build and everything. So guys, of course, I appreciate you guys watching so much. I had a lot of fun this episode, a lot of fun building and planning everything, and I'm gonna do it a million thousand more times again in the future. So stay tuned for the next things we're going to build in this world, which, as of right now, I have no idea. So I'm gonna have to plan quite a lot, and that's why I would love to stream. We'll get a stream going very soon, and you guys will see behind the scenes, and I'll figure out what to do next with this area. But we just want to keep expanding and expanding. So stay tuned for that. I hope you guys enjoyed. You guys have a beautiful rest of your day, and bye.